All right, everybody. Thank you very much for checking on this sound. I am very sorry for that. Shall we start all over again? Welcome to the Saturday Chameleon Workshop, and this happens live every Saturday. So if you are watching as a replay, just know that you can come here live and be part of the audience. Yeah, now I'm kind of now I'm off kilter because I just spent a whole introduction with the sound off. I am sorry, everybody, but Leander, I want to let you know that I knew that you were from Denmark, and I kept saying Belgium, but now I've seen Denmark. I've got it right, and we've got people from all over the world. We've got Leander from Denmark. We've got Konstantinos from Greece. We've got Joanne from Canada, James from California, and Steve from Ohio. And it just keeps going. Mikey from Canada, and Flick from Northern Ireland. So wonderful to see everybody coming on in. And thank you very much for being patient with the whole sound thing. All right, start all over. That's right. I've got to start all over. So just getting down through all of the chat, welcoming everybody. Vermont. Jenna's from Vermont. That is great. All right, everybody. Well, it has happened. In the United States, actually, I think in Canada and Europe as well. I think we all had a Christmas just going by. And so I would like to hear what you all got for Christmas. And to kick this off, I'm gonna bring up some things that people got from Christmas from the virtual campus, and we're sharing, and we were all having a good time with it. But if you were not on the virtual campus and you're here, share what you got for Christmas that's chameleon related. We have a countdown to the trip. Yes, Tony and Geraldine will be joining me in Madagascar in 2.5 weeks? Yikes! Yes, I've thought about packing, Eliza Ann. I truly have thought about packing. And all right. Oh, Nate. Okay, Nate. We're going to be talking about that soon. He's got some stuff for his 3D printer. So I put together a couple of slides here. Let's take a look at some of the things that people got for Christmas. Wait a minute, Madagascar. It looks like it's wet this year. Oh, that is great to hear. Oh, we may be. This is the problem. In Madagascar, the last time we went, it was dry as a bone. And I mean, you could see the animals were dehydrating. So it's good when there's water. And so I'd be very happy for it to be raining. All right, let's see what we all got for Christmas. First of all, oh, hey, I got to get rid of this symbol here. There we go. Marcia Ann got this 3D, it's not Lego, but it's kind of a Lego-like thing, sculpture of a chameleon. So this is pretty cool. How many? It's got 2,688 pieces. You know what? Is Marcia Ann here? I haven't seen her show up here. Marcia Ann, you here? I would actually like to get a status of you putting this together. I think we all would like to see this come together. And so I'm going to officially request that you take pictures along the way so I can share progress. And I think every week we need to see a little bit of progress for the chameleon mural, because I sure want to see it come together. And okay. Tom Arbor, Two Turtles Tom, got a Bamboo A1 Mini. This is a 3D printer. This is a very capable 3D printer. It's like the little brother to the A1. I've got the A1 and I love it. And I think Nate, do you have an A1? If you've got an AMS, That's going to allow, actually, I think that's an AMS in the background of the picture. Yeah, it is. So what an AMS is it allows different different color spools of filament that the printer can use, so you can do multicolor printing. So I am excited to see what you print there, Nate. That would be very, yeah. This is the great community to come to if you want to, if you're a 3D printer, because we got a lot of 3D printing going on, and we enjoy it. Just ordered a raincoat. Yeah, I was looking at boots, and I need to do something as far as rain. And he says, yes, got the A1. I love the A1. That's what I've got. I actually sold my other 3D printer so I could just have an A1. That's all I need. All right. Let's see what's next. By the way, for those who care, got water in the Chameleon Academy cup and a little bit of iced coffee in the mini cup. Marshan's probably too busy working on our Chameleon mural to notice the time. And that, you know what? That's valid. That's valid. You can have that going, but I'm going to make sure I get updates on how that thing is going. Get the Flex Seal shoes, Bill. James, that's not something you can get. You have to be an artisan and make your own Flex Seal shoes. What he's talking about is when I showed up with shoes that had a hole in it, but I had Flex Sealed over it to fix it. I'm thinking that was genius. Let's see, if I only had an AMS. Been watching painting 2D prints. Don't like painting. Yeah. This is something that Marsh Ann did that shows you what you can do with multicolor print. Cool feeder. She got me this for the Christmas. So this is what I got for Christmas, is a celebration Neymar's feeder run cup, celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Chameleon Academy. So. Really important, Bill. That's what I say. That's what I say. Although, let me tell you, some of those, we're going to go on one hike. If it rains on this one hike, we are going to be drenched. That's just the way of it. Finally ordered my new enclosure for my Parsons. Okay. So there we got that. And next, talking about 3D printing, this is Mikey Ben. And Mikey Ben's got Christmas ornaments. And up, you can see the little chameleons on those ornaments. And I thought those are really cool. So I'm loving it. All right. And we need to celebrate that Annette got Dobie. Dobie is a male carpet chameleon that was in challenging situations. So we are very happy that Dobie is now with Annette. It looks like, from what I've seen, that Dobie is actually doing pretty well. He's able to eat. You know, everything else is not that hard. So wait, that's Annette's tree. That is. Oh, Mikey Ben says that was Annette's tree. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought that was yours. Oh, okay. Well, that, I guess we saw that with Annette. That was Annette's tree. Well, this is like a double header for Annette. And then Dobie got his own Christmas present. He's got his own little Neymar's cricket. cricket feeder. I keep calling them feeder run cups. Lizard alleys. That's what they're called. Oh. So even Dobie got his own Christmas gift. Tony says, I hope there will not be raining every day. I hope that as well, Tony. I have yet to have it raining every day, but it does what it does. So let's hope it's not raining every day, but who knows? We're going to see what happens. Oh, hello, Mabel and Pearl 2013. Constantinos got a very cool Christmas present of his green tree pythons mating, locking up, as it were. Now you're saying, wait a minute, Bill, that's not a chameleon. And, it's the closest thing the snake world can do to get to a chameleon. So we're going to go ahead and go with it. A lot of the things you learn about chameleons can be applied to your any arboreal reptile, because they're all living in the same kind of conditions. Like he says, I have another 360 days of community service at the North Pole to complete. Oh, boy. All right. So we want to say congratulations to Constantinos, and we want to keep watch. This is the Chameleon Academy, but we keep watch over all arboreal reptiles and amphibians, because we love them all. Mr. James Cross got his own. He kind of made his own Christmas present with these incredible cages. Now you're looking at it saying, oh, that's kind of dark. It's kind of hard to see. Don't worry. You're going to see a lot more of these things. These are expertly designed. I have had the pleasure of being able to review the feature list here, and they are very well designed. I am going to be very excited to see these. I know he's made these for himself. So here I am saying I'd love to see when they are released upon the public. So I've kind of made a little bit of an assumption here, a presumption, so to speak, that I will be able to convince him to be able to make these available to the public. So we'll see if I am successful in doing so. And if I am, we're going to be able to see a lot more of these. Now, what's very cool about these, because that James is the fog father. And so he is specifically designing all of this stuff to be good for fogging. And so I've seen some of his tests. I got to tell you, these are incredible. And so let us all subtly and with love encourage / pressure James to make them available to the public. And I will do my part in making that happen. Whatever part that may be. Not being presumptuous. Okay. So let's see. But then again, what else might James have? Well, I don't know. Oops. All right. We'll get back to the James one. We'll talk about, because I had this in the wrong order. Anyway, this was, I guess it's not a present, but this is, I put my shamrock eggs into diapause. They have spent 20 days. And so if they were going to mold, good chance that they were going to mold in these 20 days, and they have not molded. And so that is an amazing, milestone for me. I'm not saying that they won't mold over sometime in the future, but I am saying that because it's gotten this far, I am encouraged. And so they've gone into diapause, and they'll be there for 6 to 8 weeks. So they'll be there while I'm in Madagascar. When I get back, we will start monitoring eggs. And we will go on Shamrock watch like we did with the Brevicorn. So, yes, that's Green Bean. Now you all can tell that it's green bean up there because his rostral process is like his casque just goes straight into his rostral process. Most have this little angle between the casque and the rostral process, but green bean just has that straight slope. So that's how you know it's green bean. Yeah. Oh. Liza Ann says they won't, as in they won't mold over. These are the ones. Thank you very much for your well wishes, and I'm going to go ahead and say you are right, because I want you to be right more than I've wanted most things in the chameleon world in my entire history. Daramensis eggs, those were a huge thing for me. They should go all the way to hatching for you, Bill. Thank you very much, Konstantinos. Green bean is a sloped king. That's right. Oh, I've had green bean for. I've had him for 3 years. So thank you, Bradley. Thank you, Bradley. And Maple and Pearl. Let's see. Maple and Pearl has been away and has been operating the entire thing from an app. It's very cool that we can do that through technology. Is this the OG green bean? I love green bean. Yes, this is the OG green bean. Everybody, I need to tell you something about myself. I don't name chameleons very well, and it sometimes goes 6 months from naming a chameleon, and I forget what I've named them. So you may notice that I call different chameleons the same name. It happened with the yellow giant Parsons, and it's embarrassing, but I haven't done anything to help my memory in doing that, so it may happen again. But so I may have called other shamrocks green bean, but this guy was the original, and that's how we can tell who green bean is. And now that I've given that little memory device, we will all remember. And I won't call anyone else green bean. Now, what else do we have going on? Name tags on the enclosure. Gosh, but Richard, that is just so much work. Yeah, I know. If this was a problem I really wanted to solve, I could solve it pretty quickly. So I'm just sloppy when it comes to that. I mean, they've got names and they've got numbers, so I know who's and I know who Sparky is, because Sparky is the father of these. It wasn't Green Bean. Green Bean's just there, just to supervise. Appreciate how you labeled the container. I was glued to yeah, put it all on the container. So, yes, I do know spearmint and wintergreen, and so you won't have. I won't be missing those names up. Those, yeah, but spearmint used to be back here. Spearmint's now outside. You need to put name tags on the enclosure. All of these great ideas. Very good ideas. All right. Well, let's go on to the next. And by the way, this for Diapause, that's a wine cooler. And because wine is very important, these things are way more reliable than the standard reptile egg incubators. I wish I could just get these and go into the programming and tweak it just a little bit. I mean, I'm an electronic engineer. I know how I could do that if I could just find the thermistor, the temperature, but then again, that may not be a thermistor. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll dive into it. So there used to be, you could put a piece of tape on the enclosure and write on it with a Sharpie. Yeah, that works indoors. And outdoors, it just gets faded. Never forget the names of my chameleons, Bill. It's amazing how you can remember everybody's name on the show, but not your chameleon. Oh, yeah, I can remember everybody's got 3 names. When we used to do Instagram all the time, Instagram name, YouTube name, and real name. I would remember all of them. But I just don't talk to my chameleons. I don't have a. It's just usually me and my chameleons. They don't talk back, and so we just never use names. They don't know my name either. So outside keeping it. Yes, actually, it's not as bad down here as it is up there. And as long as, and in fact, the rain here was the temperature at night was down in the 50s. When it's raining, it's actually a little warmer. When you start getting into like shamrocks and Jacksons and Valeds, they actually do well. Now, when it starts getting into the 40s, that's when I'm a little bit concerned. But like right now, you see, it's just sunny out. And when it's sunny, the chameleons can warm up. He's in LA. Yes, we did get an atmospheric river. We did get pummeled, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like it was elsewhere. And it was actually comfortable temperature outside. I mean, I would go out at 4 a.m. and enjoy the temperature. It was a little chilly, but we got lucky here. Joanne says, "You don't talk to your chameleon." I am sorry if I have burst anybody's bubble as to what type of person I am. I do not talk to my chameleons, although I talk to Antilles. I do talk to Antilles because he's a character. I constantly tell him to stop messing up his mister. He did it again. Gosh darn it. He keeps messing up the mister head. I have the mister head pointing towards the Nepenthes, so the Nepenthes gets watered. And he keeps crawling up there just to explore. And no, he's just kind of looking at me right now as if, what, who, me? At the other side of the cage. Yeah. So Antilles, and Antilles, he's the one who decimated my dairy cow isopod population because he learned how to hunt them. He would be down on the floor. He would be sweeping leaves aside. And so, I do talk to Antilles. He's my panther chameleon, and he's got way more character than a chameleon should. So, and next, we are on Bifidus watch. That female is gravid. There's no 2 ways about it. So we are on Bifidus watch. We cannot wait until that female actually lays eggs, and our Bifidus breeding program has its first egg laying. And so we are all encouraging Kiwi to lay eggs. So she looks like she's going to explode. Yes, she does. And apparently, James says that he's caught her exploring the ground. And so all of you chameleon people, you know what that means. You know what that means. Now, I had a female Bifidus right about the same time mate as well. She does not look gravid. Not like this. But she is taking trips down to the bottom of the cage. Now, does that mean she has a small clutch? I don't know. I just know that if it came to pass that 2 of us had eggs and we were able to offer 2 F1 bifidi to the community as unrelated F1 pairs, oh my goodness, that would be so awesome. But unfortunately, I don't think she's gravid, but she's acting in a way that I can't say that for sure. Anyway, we are looking forward to 2026 eggs from Kiwi, and that would be an awesome way to start our Bifidus breeding program. For those who got a bunch of males from the previous shipments, rumor has it, and don't believe anything until it you actually see it, that we may be able to have more females come in somewhere around the middle of January. So don't put it on the calendar. Don't make any commitments, but just prepare yourself. And you wanted to get a female in the future, this is an opportunity. So just keep your eyes open, keep in contact with me, the virtual campus. We will we will be having more and more conversations on the campus about this as time gets closer. Madagascar they just had a regime change. They called it a coup, but there really isn't any fighting. It was just the guys just showed up, said, we're changing management here. And the president says, all right, I'm out of here. And so he left for another country. So there wasn't a whole lot of fighting. This isn't a bloody coup. But there was some turmoil in the paperwork and who's going to do the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. So what was supposed to be a December shipment is probably going to be a January shipment. James says, oh, I'm stressing on it. My first time. I am so glad to see this. And that's right. That's right. Lucy and Henry, this is the pair with Nate. They got a breeding. And that would be incredible. And that would be, I would really love for us to have 2 clutches. That would be incredible. And so if mine isn't, I wouldn't put a whole lot of hope in mine because she just does not look gravid. So let's hope that Lucy and Henry breeding takes and we can have unrelated F1. That would be amazing. Yeah, more girls. Yeah, for those of you who weren't around for that one, we got a very male heavy shipment. And so a number of us got single males, which is okay because we can wait for the females. But of course, if you only have a male, you're just kind of sitting around waiting. So we always like the shipments to be like 50-50. Gonna need some egg watchers. All right. Maybe do a little bit of small batch breeding principles going on here. Mikey Ben's in Canada. You know what, Mikey? We need to figure out how to get things across the border. Do you, you know what? Let's talk offline about the people that ship things across the border. Do you know about these people? Or single male people can wait for F1 females if they aren't quite ready. Yes, absolutely. If you're not ready, Nate brings up a very good point. When we do have hatchling bifidi, and you don't want to get a female now, but maybe in a year and a half, you might want to consider breeding. Just keep your male right now, and when these eggs hatch and grow up, they'll be ready. Wild caught with F1, that's good too. How hard is it to find a female shamrock? That's kind of hard. It's hard to find any shamrocks. They're very difficult. They come in occasionally, and so as long as you're keeping your ear to the ground, you'll be able to find one. Now, I hope that this is just for the next couple of years. We've got enough of us that are working seriously with the shamrocks. And so in about 2-3 years, hopefully, if everything goes the way it is and we continue doing what we're doing, it should be accessible on a regular basis to people around, as long as we stick together as a community and do it as a community. So, Marsha, hey. Oh, yeah, Marsha, we talked about Christmas. And okay, so we've got Marsha here. We talked about your Christmas gift here, and we would like to have weekly updates. We meaning me and everybody else. We all want to see weekly updates as to how this thing goes together. So we're very impressed with this 3D mural sculpture, and so keep us abreast as to how it develops over time. I'm here to document and journal this coming together. Says I'm waiting for CB to enjoy a pet shamrock. That's a very good thing to do. There may be the quota and the number coming into the next shipment are very low, but yeah, just keep. They should get a new quota coming into 2026. There's no reason why that we know of that they shouldn't, and so they should be available in 2026. And wish I lived over there with all you guys. We're trying to make it as fun of a place as possible. We're trying to come together and support each other and have some fun. Bradley is in the UK. There we go. Ooh, James is sitting here. He's hooking up people up. All right. Yeah, I know a guy's waiting on some shamrocks and you. Oh, really? Oh, it's good to hear that. And the thing is, the shamrocks are such cool chameleons, and they would be, as long as people know how to take care of them, they're a great chameleon. They're a Kaluma. They like it cool and wet, cool and humid, and if you can give them that, they're awesome. So let's see, got them in from Asia. A lot of paperwork involved. Yeah. It's I know there's some people in Japan that do a lot of breeding. I don't know other places, but getting all the CITES together for when you are a lay person, you're not doing it professionally. That it is a lot of work. I've done it a couple of times. Oh my goodness, it is a lot of work. Oh. Well, Bradley, I'm really interested in what you see in the UK as far as availability. I know what is available in the UK. I hear panther chameleons, and then I did an interview with a guy breeding Namaquensis. And so, what is it you can find in the UK? And since Brexit, you can't just hop on over to Hamburg and the Ham show and just pick up stuff there. Oh, yeah. We in the United States are we're very lucky. We're very lucky with the diversity that we have available to us, as well as the community that we have here. So, everybody, don't take what we've got here for granted. This is pretty special. That first of all, the diversity, and second of all, the fact that there we go. And the fact that we have a community together, that we're able to meet in Utah, and this year we're going to meet probably meet in Michigan. We're still working on that, but right now that's the working plan. And so, if we're looking back on 2025 and saying, hey, what was really cool about 2025? You can look back and you can see how the Chameleon Academy has gone through such an evolution in this year. I mean, in 2024, we were mostly a live show. 2025, a lot of us, we came together. We went to Madagascar. We met in Utah for a 10th anniversary get together. I published a book. And these live sessions just became more and more significant. So we've got this is a very special little slice of history we got right here we've never had this in the chameleon community before. So we're lucky to be living here. I've seen Asian keepers doing wider than tall color cages. If you can provide the outside factors to minimize stress, can wider than taller cages be appropriate? Yeah, absolutely. Wider is more important than taller. This is as far as we get to, as far as chameleon cages are, wider is better than taller, and you put it up. So as long as the perching branch is higher than your head, a 3-foot cage is high up is better than a 4-foot cage on the floor. So yeah, wider is better. All right. So Bradley is saying one guy works with rides like varicosis, Jackson's, and some are working with carpet chameleons and Parsons chameleons. Okay. All right. And don't forget all those crazy Sunday nights in that was 2024. We had quite the year. That was yeah, what Mikey was talking about is on Sunday nights, we just kind of had a party live session where I ended up having bake-offs with people, which is a lot of fun. I missed the bake-offs. How can I contact you? James, go ahead and just send me an email to bill@chameleonacademy.com and I will get it. I'm just kidding. He's talking to somebody else. I don't like my 2-foot wide enclosures. Why I'm asking. Nate, go as wide as you can. I would love to see 3-foot wide be the minimum for a panther chameleon or any chameleon. I think 3-foot wide is you're finally getting to where that's a good size. I don't like the 2x2x4s. I do it because, and the reason why you have them is because of materials and cost. But 3-4 foot wide, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. I have your email, Bill. Oh. Okay. I'm investigating 3x2x3. That's a great size. I love 3 foot wide by 2 foot deep by 4 foot tall. That's where I really like. That's the size, the perfect size for me is 3x2x4. And yeah, I like that. I'm looking at one right now. Wish we could do like a quarterly bake-off at least. Okay. All right, Eliza Ann. We're going to make that happen in 2026 because bake-offs were fun. All right, everybody, we're going to start in 2026. We'll have the first bake-off at the end of March. We'll do it quarterly. And that way that the last bake-off in 2026 will be in December, and we will make Christmas cookies. So, all right. That is now on the schedule. It's great how James Cross set the standard for working in the kitchen. Oh, goodness. Share a picture of the 3x2x4 on the campus, please. I shall do so, Nate. I shall do so. Oh my goodness, that's right. We have access to somebody who could make this happen. Yeah, yeah, we need to talk to Mr. Cross about that. Yes. Mm. All right, everybody. We have scant days left. Four days left in 2025. And we were, my goodness, let's see. Do we have one more show in 2025. That's next Tuesday. And then we're into the new year. And do you guys like New Year's stuff? Do you guys do resolutions and stuff? I always love having looking at the year, and I have my notebook and I say, all right, what do I want to accomplish by the end of the year? And um, usually I get like half of it done, but then I change course and stuff. But 2026, I got to tell you, is extremely structured. There are definite goals that I have and action items, and I have planned it out to the month, to the point where I've actually had to push things into 2027 to make sure that I could get them done in 2026. So I am wondering, what are you guys doing? Do you have any uh, ideas for New Year's? I know I talk about this a lot, so I've asked this before, but I keep thinking about it, and I think about it a lot as the year comes to an end, and every New Year's New Year's Day, I make it a point. I watch the sunrise from a certain park that's up on a hillside, and I've been doing that uh, for 3 years now, and that's just my thing. That's the way I start the year, and I watch the sunrise with my notebook, talking about where I'm going to be the next time I'm at that park, at that bench. What am I going to be able to look at and say I've accomplished? And so I take that my New Year's park day very seriously, for me. So and it's because, I mean, time is the most important thing we have. Yeah, yeah. That's why it's important that we have these live sessions like this, because this is the kind of time I want to spend online. I have been getting more and more disillusioned with the whole doom scrolling thing, and I just think I better things. I got to take control of my life in a way that I am happier with time. It's a good community bonding time. James is going to be very busy. Yes, he is, if we have anything to do about it. So we just have to keep him, uh, keep, keep him, uh, keep giving him these ideas. You showed me so much love for the holiday by ordering all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna move my bed out to the shop. All so close to the community, all the extra fun stuff that creates deeper relations. Exactly. Exactly. Guys, we're here for chameleons, but chameleons are really just a wrapper for us to be together and be together with good people. Think of that. They want to run the chef hat. Liza Ann's talking about the bake off that I did with James Cross, and he came on with a chef's hat, and he won because of his hat. That was unfair. Heck. Bilbo needs a 3x2x4. Okay. Jenna says, I set a reptile goal each year. 2025 was new enclosures for everyone. 2026, I want to travel to more expos and be more involved in the reptile community. All right. That is a good goal. I'm slow. I still have the same goals as 2024. Still working on bioactive. I need one more tray. My dairy cows all died, so I have to start over with those guys too. Yes. All right. I love dairy cows. Not much of a job planner. Gonna need a new job when I come back from Madagascar. You don't want to have any job suggestions. A new year, new job. Joey says, thank you for all you do. I am glad we're all here and enjoying it. Took YouTube off my phone so I don't get stuck doom scrolling. I have done so good at limiting my time, but I still, gosh, and I really struggle with Instagram because that's the way I like to share. I like to share with the stories. And in Madagascar, I'll do that. But once you get onto Instagram, it's so easy just to get lost. See, Nate, 2026 goal is to focus on refinement of my keeping, get further in my wind recreation program. I love that. Get a Globifer. Okay, that's well, I guess you know who to go talk to. Breed Malthae and Bifidus. These are very good goals. Janet's here. Hey, under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that. Wiggins family is upgrading enclosures in 2026. All right. I'm going to get my carport completely enclosed in 2026. It's cold out there. Yes. Oh, yeah, especially where James is. See, Bradley, who's in the UK, wants to go to Hum again. See some crazy stuff there, like Brookesia superciliaris and varicosis, many other insane species. Yeah, Hum shows a good place for that. One of these days, maybe on my way to Madagascar, I'll go through Germany and see if I can drop by the Hum show. Say hello to people. Go brain at work because of Instagram. Yeah. TikTok is even worse, and Instagram is trying to beat TikTok. Oh, no. Jan's got a risk for lung collapse. That's not good. Oh, man. Little hints from Konstantinos. It's best to pre-order whatever you want rather than go to the Hum unprepared. Wow. We got you got things you got to know. Would love to meet you in person, Bill. Well, if I ever go to the Hum show, I'll let everybody know. And so anybody who wants to meet in Europe, that would be the time to do it. So one of these days I'm going to do that. I have been working with Jurgen for years and years and years. One of these days I actually got to meet the guy. Oh, that feels good. But as for me, I am going to be spending these next few weeks battening down the hatches here and getting everything ready for Yvette and my daughter to take care of everything. See, James, finally going to Europe, just no Paris. All right. So if James comes with me, he's going to have to, we'll just have to go through Germany. That's the way to do it, James. We go through Germany and we skip Paris. So everybody, James had a little bit of a rough time in Paris on the way to Madagascar. And so he's been scarred ever since, and he carries he carries that baggage. Next one in March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 2020. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. Looks like Bill is starting a Europe meetup. I don't know. You know what? I wonder if that is if that is any harder than getting a US meetup. I mean, those countries, we talk about countries, and they're not that much further than states. So I wonder how this could work. But when is the next community update show? I just had to trim back my substrate planted enclosures and would love to show growth updates on them. Well, we can make that anytime. What you just said there is something that is of interest to the general public, and so how about send me some photos, and I will fit it in. We really my schedule for live shows is kind of like my naming of chameleons. It tends to be arbitrary. I'm doing a lot of this just hanging out. Now, in 2026, next year, there may be a little bit more structure to these live shows. And in 2027, there's going to be a lot of structure. So you're all going to be seeing an evolution in the Chameleon Academy outreach. I actually have a 3-year plan that I just can't fit into 1 or 2 years. So it's got to be a 3-year plan and all of it. So there is an evolution that we have ahead of us so things are going to change. Now, obviously, they're going to change for the better. I'm very excited for where this is going, and I wish I could do it all at once, but I realize I can't. And so just hang out here, and over the next 3 years, you're going to see a lot going on. And I have a vision for what I'd like for our community. And because I have just this little corner of the digital world, we can have nice things. We can have very cool stuff. And so you'll make the European one? Are you in Europe? Annette, you're not. Annette, I don't think. Where are you? I thought that you were in the US. Enough time. Oh, she says I'm usually there once a year. I need to grow a little bit more. So wait a minute. Okay. Well, we can make plans. We can make plans. Yes, there will be a meeting in Paris. Maybe in 2027 we should have the European meetup as those of us from the United States go through Paris. Sorry, James. But we'll all be there with you. You and I can be on the same airplane, and I'll do my best to protect you from the Parisians. And maybe we could go in like a day early and have a EU meetup. So everybody, let me know what I mean. January, it's kind of a cold time to meet up in Europe, but hey, maybe I'll talk to my EU people and ask if what a January meetup would look like, if you all would like to do that. Okay. Tell our wives we're meeting up in Paris. We'll jump a train to Germany while they pass out on real champagne. They would love that. Bill, don't you sell a double wide dragon strand? I do. is called the Large Hybrid Atrium. And in fact, I am making 3 of them right now. And they'll be available in 2 weeks. So, yes, I do. And I love it very much. And it's a great cage. And I wish that it were like the standard, but they are very expensive to put together. They're great. They're wonderful for your chameleon. Yeah. Tony says, I'm in for a European meeting in 2027. Okay. Constantino says, by the way, James, I'm not fond of Paris either. Okay. Yeah. Interested? Why not September? Well, Leander, I was saying we're going to be a number of us are going to be going through Paris in January for the 2027 Madagascar trip, and so I was just thinking, hey, well, we can just piggyback on that. But if because I don't know how much we could just do a dedicated trip, but I'm open for anything. I'm open for anything that we can make happen. But Leander, the choice of January was not because it was a wonderful time of year, but because we were going to be going through Paris anyway. Yeah. We can all be James' bodyguards and emotional support. Now, I don't think the Parisians were going to beat him up. They're just going to make him feel bad. So we got to be there to bring the chocolate milk and the espresso to be his emotional support friends. It's okay, James. We'll take care of it. So, well, let's see. UK peeps might be able to do the Europe one too. It's not too far away. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that, everybody. I would love to do a meetup in Europe, and let's talk about how we can make something like that happen. And right now, I have no idea how that would happen, but hey, things we can get some things done. Joanne says, "Love my Dragon Strand Atrium. I am so glad." Yeah, good to hear. All right, everybody, it's come to the end of our day here. I'm going to send you off to have a great weekend, and just know that I will be back here Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we can have our Chameleon talk again. And then we're into the new year in 2026. 2026 is going to be quite the year, and there's going to be a lot going on behind the scenes. And if you're on the virtual campus, things are going to start moving. We got a lot going on. All right, everybody. I'll say goodbye. Have a great weekend. And thank you very much for being a wonderful community and being one of the few online experiences that actually I walk away from feeling good. So this is wonderful to have. So I will see you next time.